Okay, we're going to do a couple of example problems today. There's no new um, notes as far as any new material goes, but I just wanted to do a couple of these because they're on tonight's assignment. So I wanted you to have some examples like them. So for the first one, KYRA is an isosceles trapezoid with bases KA and YR. All that is actually important information. The order of the letters is important, that it's an isosceles trapezoid is important, and which ones are the bases. So if the measure of angle K is 4x plus 7 and the measure of angle A is 7x minus 80, find the measure of angle Y. All right, so it tells me we've got an isosceles trapezoid. So I'm going to start by drawing an isosceles trapezoid. Typically, this is the kind of trapezoid you saw when you were in, elementary school when you first learned about a trapezoid. Looks something like that. Now, it tells us the name and it tells me the bases. Both of those are important pieces of information. If all you knew was that the name of the bases were Ka and Yr, don't write anything down for a moment, please. You might do this. Why? Is that correct or incorrect? Is this a correct way to do it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you put them in the same consecutive order that the letters are listed in.
Yes, it tells you this is KYRA. So if K is here and Y is here, the next consecutive vertex has to be R. Okay? Now, could I have written RY here? Yes. And there will be students when I do that who go KY and then do R, or do K and A, and then do R and Y, and then they're confused as to why the problem didn't work out. So you've got to have all of this. You have to have one that is KYRA, where the bases are KA and YR. Okay, so be really careful about how you draw it. Frequently, the problem is not what they're doing inside the problem. Frequently, the problem is they drew it wrong, and so they had no chance of getting it right. All right, so this is an isosceles trapezoid. So these two sides are parallel, and these two sides are congruent. We've got the measure of angle K is 4x plus 7, and the measure of angle A is 7x minus 80. So what are we going to do with those two angles? Yes?
Add them together and set it equal to 180.
So you're going to take two obtuse angles
No.
add them together and set them equal to 180. Yes?
Set them equal to each other.
Set them equal to each other. This is an isosceles trapezoid, so the base angles should be congruent. So 4x plus 7 should be equal to 7x minus 80. So we get 87 is 3x. So x is 29. And then they're asking us to find the measure of angle y. Well, what angle is y related to in this picture?
Okay.
Yes, and how is it related?
They're supplementary.
They're supplementary, exactly. So I'll find the measure of angle k, which will be 4 times 29 plus 7. Let's see, that's 120 minus 4 is 116 plus 7 is 123. So the measure of angle y is 180 minus 123 is 57 degrees.
Mr. Davis,
Yes, ma'am.
when the angles are supplementary, and in the notes it said like the angles something along the base, but it said like the pair of angles and not like.
So let me tell you what it says before you trip over yourself
Yeah.
trying to get all the words. It says that each pair of base angles are congruent, which means that angle y is congruent to angle r, and angle K is congruent to angle A.
What does the supplementary one say?
The angles at the ends of one of the legs are supplementary. So angle K and angle Y are supplementary, and angle A and angle R are supplementary.
It's both legs?
Yes,
Okay.
because they're both same side interior angles formed by parallel lines. Okay? All right, let's look at the next example. All right. Oh, this is when my son was dating someone named Brittany. Yeah. It was the first of like 3 Brittany's that he dated.
Oh.
But we won't get into that. All right, so BRIT is a trapezoid with bases RI and BT. And then they give you the measure of 3 out of the 4 angles and ask you for the measure of the last angle. All right. Does it say what kind of trapezoid it is? No. So I'm just going to draw a trapezoid, and I'm not going to try to make it look isosceles. Fact is, I'm going to make it look not isosceles.
Not isosceles. What? Not isosceles.
Just smile and nod. All right. It tells us that one of the bases is RI. So I'm going to put it up here. Where does B have to go? Under R. Yeah, on the bottom left. Which means this has to be T. It happens to be that I wrote them in that order. If you wrote them from left to right, that it would be correct. But I won't always do that. Okay, so pay attention. So the measure of angle B is 12x minus 2. Measure of angle I is 5x minus 1. Excuse me, 5x minus 5. And the measure of angle R is 3x plus 2. Only 2 of those angles are actually related to each other. Which 2? R and B. Exactly. Those are same side interior angles formed by parallel lines. They have to be what? Supplementary. So 3x plus 2 plus 12x minus 2 is 180. So it's 15x is 180. So x is 12. They ask us for the measure of angle T. What is the only angle that T is related to? I. So the measure of angle I is 5 times 12 minus 5. Oh, look, you can use the double and a half thing again.
Wouldn't it be 4 times 12? No, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
Okay. So doubling that would be 10. Half of that would be 6. This is 60 minus 5 is 55. So then the measure of angle T would be 180 minus 55. It's 125 degrees. Yes, ma'am.
Could you also do that way that you taught us with the interior angles all being 360?
Yeah, you could do that. It takes a little longer, but you could.
Okay.
All right, last example. Segment LN is the mid-segment of trapezoid MTCD. If the measure of angle M is 118, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the diagram. The measure of angle C is 52, and the length of ND is 5. The length of TM is 8. Find all these things. Okay. So the measure of angle T. What angle is angle T related to?
Angle M.
Angle M. So the measure of angle T is just going to be 180 minus 118. So that's 62 degrees. And then let's see, the measure of angle LND, this angle right here.
Could you go and find what angle D is from angle C, and then since is the small one going to be I'm not supposed to say small one. I'm supposed to say trapezoid L and D M and like find the interior.
Wait, what about trapezoid LMDN?
Like you can find the interior angles.
What interior? I only know one angle of that one.
I know I said find the other one from the relation of angles C and D.
Okay, you could. There's a really fast way to do this that takes 0 time. Yes, Jake? Yeah, corresponding angles. Remember that the mid-segment is parallel to the bases. And since C is 52, this angle is also 52. All right, and then we want to find the length of CN. Yes, it is 5. By the way, over here, the length of both of these is 4. The mid-segment, remember, connects the midpoints of the legs. Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. I'll give you today's homework first, and then I'll give you